guys, this is the Trumpet News Channel. This is some breaking news out of MSNBC. Trump's missing Armada finally heading toward North Korea and may stay a while. Now, I was telling you guys about this because there was a lot of confusion in the last few days about whether or not this Carl Vinson strike group, along with a few other groups, were actually on their way to Korea, North Korea. And we were getting mixed signals and there was no clarification, but it seems now that there's a little more clarification on what's actually happening. It says it was supposed to be steaming toward North Korea more than a week ago, an Armada signaling American resolve. Then it wasn't. Now it seems the USS Carl Vinson may finally be heading north. Our deployment has extended 30 days to provide a persistent presence in the waters off the Korean Peninsula, Rear Admiral Jim Kilby, commander of Carrier Strike Group 1, said in a message posted on the Carl Vinson's Facebook page, addressed to families and loved ones of personnel on board. The Carl Vinson, accompanied by a carrier air wing, 2 guided missile destroyers, and a cruiser, was supposed to have been ordered to sail north after leaving Singapore on April 8th. But a week later, the Navy published photos showing it was actually sailing in the opposite direction through the Sunda Strait between the Indonesian islands of Sumatra and Java, more than 3,000 miles southwest of the Korean Peninsula and more than 500 miles southeast of Singapore. And it shows a map here, April 16th, 1 week after the officials suggested it had been ordered to leave Singapore and sail north toward the Korean Peninsula. The USS Carl Vinson was headed in the opposite direction, leaving the Sunda Strait. So it says the White House is now facing questions as to why it was not clear about the carrier group's whereabouts. Several times over the last 2 weeks, the Trump administration said the ships were heading north. On April 9th, Admiral Harry Harris, head of the U.S. Pacific Command, said the carrier strike group was headed north to the Western Pacific after departing Singapore the day before. A spokesman for the Pacific Command linked the more directly a spokesman for the Pacific Command linked the move directly to North Korea's reckless, irresponsible, and destabilizing program of missile tests and pursuit of nuclear weapons capability. Days later, Defense Secretary Jim Mattis told reporters that the Carl Vinson was on her way up there. In an interview that aired April 12th, President Trump said the United States was sending ships, an armada, very powerful, he said. It is not clear why the carrier strike group stayed in Southeast Asia or why the Trump administration did not clarify where it was. On Tuesday, the Pacific Command not only said only that the strike group completed military exercises and would now head north. After departing Singapore on April 8th and canceling a scheduled port visit to Perth, the strike group was able to complete a curtailed period of previously scheduled training with Australia in international waters off the northwest coast of Australia. A U.S. Pacific Command spokesman said in a statement, the Carl Vinson strike group is heading north to the Western Pacific as a prudent measure. Now, I've also heard that Australia is going to be joining this armada, not just the Japanese, but also now the Australian Navy is also going to be involved. That's what I've been hearing. It says in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Mattis said Wednesday, the bottom line is our effort to always be open about what we're doing. We said that we were going to change the Vinson's upcoming schedule. The Vinson, as I said on the record, was operating up and down the Western Pacific, and we were doing exactly what we said. That is, we were shifting her. We don't generally give out our ship schedules in advance, but I didn't want to play a game either and say we were not changing a schedule when in fact we had. So we're doing exactly what we said we were going to do. She will be on her way, and I'll determine when she gets there and where she actually operates, but the Vincent will be a part of our ensuring that we stand by our allies in the Northwest Pacific. Both U.S. and South Korean media have reported that the Carl Vinson is now expected to arrive in waters off the Korean Peninsula by April 25th, just as North Korea marks the anniversary of its Army's founding. Our mission is to reassure allies and are partners of our steadfast commitment to the Indo-Asia-Pacific region, wrote Kilby, the carrier group commander. We will continue to be the centerpiece of visible maritime deterrence, providing our national command authority with flexible deterrent options, all domain access, and visible forward presence. China, meanwhile, is feeling anything but reassured, warning recently that a storm is about to break out over the divided Korean peninsula. Beijing, long considered North Korea's last remaining ally, has stepped up its criticism of Pyongyang. At a Delhi Foreign Ministry briefing on Friday, Minister spokesman Lu Kang reiterated the Chinese side's serious concern regarding the recent trends about North Korea's nuclear and missile development. He urged all parties to avoid adding fuel to the fire. So this is what I was talking about. So I guess we've kind of got it all squared away now and figured out. But I think it was with purpose and intent. They didn't want the public to really know where the Carl Vinson was going and when it was going to be there and how it was going to be there. I know Trump made it very specific point in the beginning when he said the armada of ships was going on up there to the North Korean peninsula to say that there was submarines also there and they were more powerful and much more he made it sound like they were more powerful than the actual carrier group itself, being that they're probably nuclear capable. So he did make sure that they knew that we have subs there as well. But it looks like Australia is going to be joining us as well as the Japanese. Just a little heads up if you didn't know that. All right, God bless, and subscribe, like, and share this video.